Okay, everyone, welcome back to Breslov Efrat here at Shir David Baruch Hashem. Lovely Efrat. How lucky are we to be over here in Eretz Yisrael, Baruch Hashem. I hope everyone had a wonderful Shabbos. I wish everyone a Shavua Tov, a good Vach, all our listeners. It was a beautiful Shabbos, Shabbos HaGodol. I hope everyone heard a good drasha. Okay, and we had the minute to say the Haggadah yesterday in the afternoon. Baruch Hashem, Baruch Hashem. All the beautiful Minhagei Yisrael. And today is the 11th day of the Parshas HaNasi. Amazing. it's almost Erev Pesach. Amazing. And then we're going to learn Likutey Halachos with Hashem's help, of course, Siyata D'Shmaya, Hilchos Birchas Hareach. We're in the second book of Likutey Halachos, Hilchos Birchas Hareach. We're in Halacha Dalid, which is 4. And today we're up to letter Yud Tes, which is 19. So those following along inside, that we're up to. So on Erev Shabbos, we were learning such an amazing concept that when a person wants to do a mitzvah, he really, really wants to do the mitzvah itself will come and help him. The mitzvah, he taps in to the mitzvah on high, and the mitzvah itself comes and helps him accomplish the mitzvah. Reb Nosson gave us the example where there was a fellow that wanted to get his daled minim, and he didn't have any money, and the prices were high, and the supply was scarce. But somehow he got himself an esrog. But how? Oh, because he really, really wanted it. He really tapped into the mitzvah, so the mitzvah comes and assists the person to be able to get what they need to do to accomplish the mitzvah. Such an important, beautiful understanding. If you want to learn Torah, you want to learn a Masechta, right? So you really want it. You really, really want it. The Masechta will come and help you. You understand that? It's amazing. Right? Because it's something very special to understand. All the things we're doing as far as mitzvahs, they're alive. They're alive. They are connected in this world and the upper world. So if you can't get the assistance here, the assistance will come from up on high. Okay. Take advantage of that. It works. Okay. Let's go Yud Tes. Okay. Balpiz zeh tovin mashem avoya b'Torah. Now, what we learn, again, Rav Nosson's drawing this lesson is based on lesson 8. Lesson 8, Ches, in Tinyana, the second book. So he said, Al pi zeh tovin mashem avoya b'Torah shetzrichen liroy sheleshtadlo meyoid liskarv leTzaddik amiti kedei liskos levora amadama. Right, that we said you have to get to the Tzaddik Amiti, the true Tzaddik, in order to help you straighten out your imagination, that you can imagine the Medama de Kedusha, not the Medama de Tumah. Right? You want to be able to imagine holy things, accomplishing things, and connecting to our Kadosh Baruch Hu and Torah, mitzvahs, and Klal Yisrael, and Eretz Yisrael, and so on. But you need that. To do that, you'll have to connect to a tzaddik. Then if a person can fix his medama, right? We said if a person can help his imagination, because we said amuna and imagination is one and the same. Right? You don't know Hashem, you can't see Hashem, so you can only imagine Hashem, right? And how do you imagine Hashem? Based on the names and the descriptions that we were given by Hashem. Hashem is the king. Hashem is the Chesed, Gevura, Tferes, Netzach, Yisoid, Malchus, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Kel, HaGodol, HaGibav, HaNoira. All these ideas are different ways that we can connect to Hashem. But again, we don't know Hashem. It's through our imagination. We can each imagine Hashem. That's why no two people understand Hashem the same way, because no two people have the same imagination. So to fix this, you need to connect to the Tzaddik Amiti. Shu Iker v'lechayre kosher haloi gam la Tzaddik emes ba'atzmai i efshel is karev kiyem al yedei amuna. Wait a second. But you'll have to have emunah in order to want to get to the tzaddik. Right? You're going to have emunah in order to want to get to the tzaddik. I had a story like this. This goes back probably about 30 years ago. The first time I made it to the Ukraine with a friend of mine, Alan Blau. He was a friend of mine in Woodmere. He told me, he convinced me that time I should go to Uman. All right, fine, okay. And he booked a trip for us to go to all different places in the Ukraine. It was amazing. I was never there before. We went to Hadich, we went to the Balatanya, we went to Anapoli, to the Reb Zushya. Amazing. Hadich, we went to Velednik. We went to Mezbush, of course, and Berdichev, and we went to all these beautiful places.
Who's in Velednik?
He's
It's okay. It's all right.
Who's in Velednik?
It's all right.
I'll think about it.
Not
I remember going there. Okay.
Yeah.
So I really wanted to get to Rav Nosson in Breslov. I really wanted to get to Rav Nosson in Breslov. I really wanted to get there. Because I was learning Rav Nosson's Svarim, I wanted to go to Rav Nosson. And then but we were traveling, we were trying to get to Uman on Erev Rosh Hashanah for the Slichas Zechar Bris. Right, the Slichas Zechar Bris, that's a special time, right, to remember that it's the Slichas of Erev Rosh Hashanah. And they usually start that 3.5 hours, 4 hours before the Nate's Minyan. So he saw it was getting a little late till we would get there. So he said, maybe we'll go straight to him and we'll skip Breslov. You can go tomorrow in the day. There'll be cars going out to Breslov. You can get a ride and go to Breslov. So I said, okay, fine. Again, I didn't know. All right. So I went. Okay, it was great. We got there on time. It was great. Next morning, that same morning, I tried to get a ride. They had these guys going to different places. He was going to Mezbush and Berdichev and Breslov. I was there. I wanted to go to Breslov. No one wanted to go just to Breslov. So I didn't wind up going. So he said, we'll go on the way back. When we're leaving, we'll go to It didn't work out. Then I'm sitting on the plane. Now I'm on the plane, and I understood. I was learning at that time what do you call it? I was learning from Rav Nosson the idea that to get to the tzaddik is the greatest mania. To get to the tzaddik, you have the greatest obstacle. It's the greatest obstacle is to get to the tzaddik. And I didn't understand it. I said, if you want to go to the tzaddik, just go. Why is that such an obstacle? And then I was sitting on the plane, I go, I see, okay, Rav Nosson. It's not so easy. But he's saying like this here, so you need to have emunah. And there's one say, we said you have to fix your medama. How do you fix your medama? You get to the tzaddik. Right? You fix your medama by getting to your imagination by getting to the tzaddik. And that's how you can fix your emunah. But to get to the tzaddik, you need emunah too. You have to believe in the tzaddik. Right? You have to believe in the tzaddik. Because if you didn't have emunah, you wouldn't even want to go to the tzaddik emes. Ki yiplu aloi olav kushoy she'i efshel la'avinam b'datoi machmas tzaddik gavoye v'niska v'nelam miseichel oilam miyoy. Because you'll get a lot of questions, and a lot of people ask you a lot of questions. Like we said, you get all the opposition from other people. Right? You have to hear the embarrassment and keep quiet. Remember we learned that, right? Right? Why are you going to the tzaddik? What are you doing? Where are you going? Why can't you stay over here? What's wrong with your rabbi? What's wrong? All that stuff that people will tell you, right? All that stuff. Im kein nafel pita beveira. Therefore, if a person falls Sometimes you need a refuah. It's called a puah, right? It's whatever. It's some kind of a refuah. Mehechin yiskel le'emuna. In other words, basically the question is, where are you going to get this emuna to come to the tzaddik? Where are you going to get it from? Hello, yev shel liskois le'emuna ki ema yidei tzaddik, or le'tzaddik ba'atzma yev shel liskois ki ema yidei emuna. So it's a catch-22. You need the tzaddik to help you get emuna, and you need emuna in Hashem, but you need the tzaddik to get you to have the emuna, but you need emuna to get to the tzaddik. So how's this ever going to work? The same way we said the other day, we asked the same question, Muslim asked the same question. The person is not involved with Hashem, and he's in doing the wrong thing, so how's he ever going to get out of that mess? So he said he gets a heavenly assistance. Remember we said that, right? He gets a heavenly assistance. And this we find in many different places. Where do you begin? In other words, how does anyone ever begin? How does anyone begin this process to do tshuva? From where? In other words, if he's involved in the wrong things, where's he going to come? In other words, if you want to come to Emunah, so you need the tzaddik. So you need Emunah to get to the tzaddik. So how is it going to start? You understand the question?
Yeah. You start with a chicken or an egg.
There you go.
Catch 22.
There's many different things that one are interdependent on the other. I don't know where to begin. Right? You look at Shulchan Aruch, you look at all these, whoa, it's so big, wow. It's so vast. I mean, look how much space in Shulchan Aruch Hilchos Pesach takes up. I mean, wow. Wow, it's amazing. It's 75, 80 pages in Shulchan Aruch. Just Hilchos Pesach. Just Hilchos Pesach. Amazing, right? Where am I going to start? How am I ever going to start?
Talk to Hashem.
All this comes from the secrets of Bechira, the secrets of the free choice. Right? We'll learn something special here. You know, people think they have the whole idea, we all have Bechira. But really, what is Bechira? Bechira is free choice, right? We can't really understand this concept of Bechira. We can't really understand it. The same way we can't understand Hashem. The same way we can't understand how HaKadosh Baruch Hu made the world yesh me'ayin, right? From nothing. We can't fathom that. So we also can't understand this idea of Bechira. Why? Because this idea of free choice is from the wonders of Hashem. Asher b'chol habriya kula me'roish v'yatzayv. In the entire creation, from the beginning to the end, lo nimsa dava nifla yosem mizeh. Bechira is the most wondrous thing of all things Hashem created. Is that amazing? Free choice. Kamavaya b'svarim kayach ha-bechira hu chidush nifla v'nayro yosem mikol ha-chidushim shel kol ha-briya kulay. How do you like that? Bechira is the greatest chidush. You ever heard that before? It's amazing. You're wondering why now, right? Why is Bechira the greatest chiddush? Why? V'hu muvan mi'oid l'chol ha'maskil she'ein shum dava b'chol ha'briya yiyah chiddush kol kach k'may ha'bechira she'bara Hashem yitbarach b'yamin enoishi. That HaKadosh Baruch Hu created everything when He created man. She'yiyah loy koyach lasais ritzoyna yizbarach oy limrois, or He could do the opposite. And the person has the choice to bring the kavod shemayim in the world, right? Maloi chalot kavod, to reveal Hashem's kavod in the world, or he has the bechira to go the other way. So where does this come from? And really, we can't understand this at all with any kind of intellect, any kind of thought, how this process really works. We say Bechira, yeah, free choice. But does anyone ever think what it really means? Hakoyach HaBechira. V'ikar koyach HaBechira nimshach me'eder hayediyah. The whole idea of Bechira comes in from the lacking, when you lack knowledge. He's going to explain. A person has to choose the truth, the real ultimate truth, the truth of truths. To constantly search to find the true truth. That's what we have to do. That's our job. Because every Jew has their own nekuda de kedusha, right? Their little pinta yid. They have the neshama. Every Jew has it. And that neshama is always searching to find the truth, to find the emes in Torah. She nekuda se emuna kedusha. That's the nekuda of emuna. Again, that's the neshama. But really, every Jew in their inner self really wants to do the right thing. They sometimes get mixed up with all that stuff, like the Gemara in Bracha says, because we have the Sa'or Shebe'isa, right? There's the Sa'or Shebe'isa. What are we supposed to do, right? We have the Sa'or, right? The what do you call it? That's the yeast. Right, what's the sa'or? The yeast? Yeah. The yeast in the dough, right? The yeast is the Yetzer Hara. Hashem, He gave us the Yetzer Hara. So because we have the Yetzer Hara causes us to do whatever He causes us. L'skarev la'emes. Dahainu la'Tzaddik emes shehu shoirish kol ha'olamos. Again, to get to the Tzaddik, which is the source of all truths in the world. So here's the question. We started off to understand this idea that a person has to work very hard to get to the tzaddik emes, right? You got to work very hard, because the tzaddik emes will help you with your emunah. With the tzaddik emes, it'll help you get your emunah through fixing your medameh.
But you have to have a emunah to get to the
right, so that's it. We're getting there, right? We're starting. Okay, right.
But aren't we getting to?
Wait. We're just reviewing.
Learning his...
Wait. One second. So then we say like this. But you need emunah in order to get to the tzaddik, right? You need emunah, right? Why doesn't everyone go to Rabbi Nachman for Rosh Hashanah? Because they don't believe in the tzaddik. They believed in the tzaddik, what the tzaddik said, everyone would go. They don't have emunah. If we have emunah, we go, correct? The problem is we don't have the emunah. So where do you get this emunah from? Where do you get the emunah from? If you need emunah, you need to fix your medama to get emunah in Hashem, and you're going to get that through the emunah in the tzaddik to get to the tzaddik, but you need emunah to get to the tzaddik. So where's it going to start? How do you start?
Just do it.
Then we said, then he goes on to say, the idea of Bechira, right? We have Bechira, right? Everyone talks about Bechira is the greatest thing in the world, right? It is. But really, what is Bechira? Doesn't Hashem know what you're going to do? Doesn't Hashem know what you do? So really, how do you have free choice?
How you interpret it in your mind. I think you mentioned that.
No, we're analyzing this, right? We're trying to understand. In other words, if Hashem knows what you're going to do, so then where's your Bechira? But Bechira is the greatest thing in the world. The greatest chiddush, we said.
Just because he knows it doesn't mean that
we know. Okay. Let's see now. When a person starts to be shtoike, he starts to investigate, he starts to figure out, try to get things right in his life, he's trying to do that. Oh, okay, here you go. So we say that this idea, Chazal teach us, if you come to help, if you want to be purified, you'll get heavenly assistance. So if in heaven sees, they see on high, that you're really trying to do the right thing, Hashem will send you the guidance. You'll get the guidance. He'll guide you on how to get to the right thing. You follow? It's not physical. It's not something physical. It's not something we can understand. Because there's nothing to do with the worldly. It's not from this world. You get assistance, you get a siyata dishmaya, something from up on high. Also, so the same way we said, when you want to do a mitzvah, right? When you want to do the mitzvah, and you can't figure out how you're going to do it, but you really, really want the mitzvah, so the mitzvah will come and help you, right? Oh, wait a second. If you really, really want to get to the tzaddik, so the tzaddik will come and help you get to him, if you really want it. That's if you really want it. And only Hashem knows and you know if you really want something. It's only Hashem knows and you know. If you really, really want it, it'll happen. If you really want it. And then he'll want more, he'll pine more, he'll desire more, he'll long for it. He'll long to get closer to the tzaddik. And the more he desires to get to the tzaddik, the koyach of the tzaddik gets. In the same way when you want to do a mitzvah. Right? You're trying to do this mitzvah, you can't get it, you're trying and you're trying. The mitzvah comes stronger and stronger in the person until he can accomplish it. You want to get to the tzaddik, same idea. The tzaddik will come to you. The more you want the tzaddik, the more he'll come to you. Is to break those obstacles. Like the story I told you, right? Break the obstacles. Until you can actually come close to him. If you can get to the tzaddik, he'll teach you about emunah. He'll teach you about how to get close to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, again, by reprogramming our idea of medama, what we imagine, how we imagine things, to imagine things in the proper way, to use the koyach HaMedama in the proper way. We said the medama is the most important thing because we're tapping in to HaKadosh Baruch Hu's creation of the world before the world was created, right? HaKadosh Baruch Hu also had an idea, whatever that means. HaKadosh Baruch Hu was also imagining. He was imagining, I can make a voided space. I'll make that cholul aponoi, right? I'll make that cholul upon, and then I can create creation. It's amazing, right? It's pretty good, right? So when you think of Kedusha, you're connecting mamish to Hashem before anything was ever created. That's the Koyach HaMedam. It's amazing. You want to say something, David?
No, I'm
thinking about it, right?
trying to digest it.
It's amazing. No, it's really, really amazing. So, but how are you going to do that? You have to get to the tzaddik. But if you want to get to the tzaddik and you don't have emunah yet, and you don't have emunah in Hashem, how's it going to work? But if you really want it, if you want to get close to Hashem, and that's what you really, really want, and then you realize you need to get to the tzaddik, and then you pine and long to get to the tzaddik, you really, truly have a shtoik, because to get to the tzaddik, by having that shtoik, the tzaddik comes to you, and you get the help. Inyan zeh meruma is kitzatz gam bekisvei Arizal in Shara Gilgulim Dama Aleph kemavay sham kishadam roitze lasais eze mitzvah. The idea comes from the Arizal, the Hiriya Kodesh. If a person wants to do any kind of mitzvah, he wants to do a mitzvah. Azai bo zois haneshama shohaisa oisekes b'mitzvah zois u'misyaya le'lasais ha-mitzvah. Sefer Gilgulim, this is coming from. So we said that the mitzvah comes to help you. Now, Arizal's telling us, wait a second, there could be a tzaddik that was involved in that mitzvah, and he wants that mitzvah to keep going, because that's his mitzvah. So even though he's not in the world anymore, he wants the mitzvah to keep going. So if you really want that mitzvah, the tzaddik that was connected to that mitzvah will come and help you perform the mitzvah. The mitzvah will come, and the tzaddik will come too with it. Isn't that amazing? You get a double package. You get the mitzvah to come to help you, and you get the tzaddik to give you that push. It's pretty good. It's amazing, right? Yossi, you ever hear anything like this?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Makes sense. But you ever hear this? You ever learned this before?
Not quite like this. Not the way Rav Nosson teaches it.
So the tzaddik helps you get to him as long as you're trying to get.
If you really want, but again, it's only Hashem knows, and they know what you really want.
Right.
It's yeah.
This is true. This is my experience.
It's what?
This is my experience.
What do you mean?
I wanted to, and I just didn't know how to take that step. I didn't know how to take the first step, but I wanted to, and all of a sudden I was taking the step. I don't know.
This is how it happened.
Yeah, this is how it
Well,
happened.
again, I don't think it means like just, for example, just getting to Uman. Getting to the.
I gave you an example. And those you have to believe in the. That's why I said that.
Saying, so for example, I'm saying is, like let's say even coming to this class. Okay. So this is an example of partially, at the very least, of trying to
wanting to come to treat.
Nachman, he has some great teachings. Okay, we're trying to learn it. By learning it, we're
hopefully improving ourselves. Yes.
And hopefully he's able to help with his teachings, improve us, and because we're dealing with metaphysics, because there's apparently certain things that he's able to do in worlds that are harder for us maybe to access.
Right, we can't sometimes access them, right?
Right.
Okay.
And so he's going to be able, because you came close to him,
he'll help you.
He's going to help you.
Yeah. It's amazing. It's truly amazing when you think about it. I mean, how everything works based on what is our bechira, free choice, to want something or not to want. That's your free choice. To want to get close to Hashem or not to. That's your choice. It's your choice to want to get to the tzaddik or not to. That's your choice. Vazai bo zois haneshama shoisa isekes b'mitzvah zois u'misyayed loy lasais ha'mitzvah u'beloy zeh loy haya yachal ligomra me'otzim hamenias shel habal davar. Oh, because otherwise the other side is always you have a lot of opposition on the other side, and the other side doesn't want you to accomplish it. So how are you going to get that push to be able to break through those obstacles that the Baldover is pushing on you and trying to keep you away by you really wanting to get to the tzaddik? And this is the secret. This is the secret. If a person wants to become pure, they'll get assistance. They'll get heavenly assistance. That's a big secret. And that's something that we should really, truly try to tap into, especially now before the Leil HaKadosh of Pesach, the Leil of Emunah, right? You want to be purified. If you really, truly want to be purified, you get assistance. Ayin Sham, Ayinu, Kinal. Ki aneshama she'oska b'chaya b'mitzvah zois, he nechleles achsha b'shoyrish kedushas hamitzvah zois. Because when the neshama, when any Jew, especially the tzaddik, but when any Jew is doing any mitzvah, he's connecting to the source of the mitzvah up on high. Right? So a person is gonna, we have a mitzvah deraisa to eat matzah. Right? The mitzvah.
So why would Rav Nachman, let's say, why would the tzaddik?
Yeah.
And again, it's nice, but what shaykhus does? Why would he come to me when I'm doing the mitzvah of matzah? Why would the tzaddik?
No, I'm mentioning the mitzvah of matzah. Yeah. But I'm explaining to you because we said that because there was a tzaddik before that was involved in that mitzvah. We said everyone has their special mitzvah.
Yeah.
Right? So every tzaddik has their special mitzvah too. Okay? So if you happen, there's a tzaddik out there that was involved in a certain mitzvah, and you want to do that mitzvah, that tzaddik will come and help you, whichever mitzvah it is, or the 613 mitzvah, doesn't matter.
Well, it's got to be his special mitzvah.
Yes, so there's many different tzaddikim out there.
Professor, I don't know.
From different times.
But I don't know who's coming.
No, you don't know. We don't have to know. If you accomplish the mitzvah, you should know that you got some assistance.
I got. Meaning, but know that if you're doing this mitzvah of matzah, for example, which is a good one, there is a tzaddik or many tzaddikim.
Yeah, many.
That are behind the scenes.
Many, yeah.
Helping you.
Right.
To have this mitzvah go to its proper place and you get its proper benefits without you even knowing.
Without you even know, because I really want the mitzvah. Instead, what do people normally do? They complain, oh, yeah, how big is this piece of matzah? Oh, he tells me I have to eat more. Oh, another one now, another piece of matzah, more matzah, right? People do that, right? Right, then it comes to the maror. The maror. The maror is not a deraisa, it's a derabbanan today. Because really the mitzvah deraisa was to eat the carbon pesach with the maror. Since we don't have the carbon pesach, so we eat the maror today. The maror that we eat is the derabbanan. But again, still it's a mitzvah derabbanan. It's a nice thing, right? Mitzvah deraisa, the only mitzvah that we have of eating today, to eat something, that we have a commandment of when to eat and what to eat, is matzah. That's the only Torah commandment that we have as far as food today. You realize that?
No.
Well, think about it. What other mitzvah do you have of eating a specific thing on a specific time?
Dipping apple in the honey.
Yeah, but that's not a mitzvah midaraisa.
Isn't lechem mishnah like the lechem on?
But that's not a mitzvah daraisa. No, it's a remembering. Lechem mishnah, we're remembering the double portion that we got in the month that we got in Erev Shabbos. But an actual commandment in the Torah to sit down and eat matzah for 7 days, that's a mitzvah in the Torah. It's the only mitzvah we have that's regarding eating. I mean, if you come up with another one, I'd like to know, but that's the only one I could think of. Okay, matzah. Okay, so again, and you're going to get a lot of opposition on the other side because it's such a great thing. So of course the Baal Davar is going to be attacking on the other side, and that's where you can have all of that stuff, right? Oh, it's my stomach, this, that, and any kind of excuse, right? You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about, right? Everyone comes up with all kind of excuses on the matzah. Don't eat them, to not eat the matzah. Right? All kind of excuses.
So it comes from the Sitra.
Right. Then you have to eat the matzah, also recline on the left side. And if you didn't, you have to start all over again. Right? All these things, right? Be'seba, right? If you don't eat the be'seba, so then you didn't accomplish it. Amazing. Okay, but again, how are you going to do all of these mitzvahs? You're going to do them because you really want to do the mitzvah. So if the person has a problem, whatever the case is, with his stomach, whatever it is, he has to really want to accomplish the mitzvah. Really want to do it. And then in mitzvah Hashem, the mitzvah will come and help him. Ki kifuma is dabek bar nash b'hay alma hachi. Is the more that a person works in this world to accomplish something, the more a person works and he toils in this world to accomplish something, and therefore when a person in this world now wants to do whatever mitzvah it is, we're using the mitzvah of matzah because that's the next mitzvah deraisa that comes up, right? So we have the beautiful mitzvah of matzah. So we're using that one. You want to be Mekayim. Bo olav nishmas oisay tzaddik. The tzaddik, the neshama of the tzaddik that was involved in this mitzvah. The tzaddikim that were involved in, maybe it's a whole slew of tzaddikim. I don't know. Maybe you get all of the tzaddikim come together to help you. Then all these stories that you had so many stories during the Holocaust, how many times that the tzaddikim tried and they got flour, they got water, this, and all the stories with the Satna Rav. There's so many stories out there. What they did to try to get a matzah for Pesach in the camps. Could you imagine how they really wanted to do the mitzvah? Yes, you heard stories like that, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, right. There were people that really they were all day and night. They were there. How am I going to do this?
Yeah. There's
and it didn't make any sense. They're in the but when you learn this, it makes sense how they were able to accomplish to get that matzah. It makes sense because the mitzvah of matzah came to help them, even though it didn't make any sense.
It's superhuman. They needed superhuman.
It wasn't from this world. It makes sense. Didn't make sense. They're going to bake matzah. How? They were in the camp. They didn't have nothing. but yet they somehow got a matzah. It's amazing. And through this comes the great mitzvah, through this plining, through him wanting this, Kisham Nichlola Nishama Shel Tzaddik, and that's how you can accomplish the mitzvah. This is with any mitzvah, right? This is with any mitzvah. Okay, well, I only mentioned this idea of the Rabbi Nachman and Rosh Hashanah because we read Parshas Parah and we say Parshas Rosh. That's from Purim and Rosh Hashanah. There we go. Pesach, Rosh Hashanah, Purim, Rosh Hashanah. It's the same thing. Pesach and Purim and Rosh Hashanah. There we go. All right, so that was this idea. So again, if you really want to know how to get to a tzaddik, you really want emunah in Hashem, you're going to have emunah in the tzaddik. So he asks, how are you going to get emunah in the tzaddik? It's a catch-22. If I want emunah, I need emunah in the tzaddik. So how am I going to get emunah in the tzaddik? If you really, really want emunah in Hashem, you'll want emunah in a tzaddik. If you really have emunah in the tzaddik will come and help you. If you really, really want it.
Well, why can't you just decide to go?
You can decide to go, but then there's going to be obstacles on the other side that's going to prevent you. Right? I mean, think about it. When you want to go to Uman, how many obstacles came on the other side?
I didn't feel any obstacles.
You didn't feel any of them the first time you went? No? No one bothered, no one said anything to you, nothing at all, right? Nothing. You're a liar.
No,
You're a liar.
my
I'm sorry.
children said that I shouldn't go.
Oh, okay. And who else? Come on.
So
on.
what?
No. Oh, you said no one bothered you.
Well, it didn't bother me. I went anyway. The thing, I mean,
How did you able to go? That's what we're trying to describe here. You're telling me there was no obstacles. I'm telling you, when your kids are telling you don't go, that's an obstacle.
But if you know there are obstacles and they're going to happen,
Okay.
then...
Okay. You're
Look,
not.
the plane was an obstacle, but then it wasn't because we went anyway. I mean, what's an obstacle if you get through it?
We're understanding. How did you get through it? That's what we're trying to understand.
If you just don't let it stop you, that's how you...
Not everybody. Some people will learn this, and they'll try this. They'll try to do the mitzvah, and then someone calls them and tells them, "No, that's a brick wall. I can't get past that. I can't get past that." Oh, you were able to get past that? That's great. But not everybody can get past that.
And they didn't want to.
Can you appreciate that not everyone can get past that, those obstacles?
Yeah, there is some that I'm not getting past, so sure.
Oh. Thank
Not
you.
for that.
It doesn't matter, whatever it is.
Whatever it is.
But if you really, really want it, the same way you accomplish that, you can accomplish anything. Yeah. Anything we want to accomplish, we can accomplish. This is so different than anything in the world, any physical things. Right? If a person wants to become a mathematician, maybe he can, maybe he can't. He wants to become a good lawyer. Maybe he can, maybe he can't. You're not going to get any heavenly assistance to become a lawyer. But you will get heavenly assistance if you want to learn the Masechta. If you want to learn your Masechta, you want to learn Shulchan Aruch, you will get heavenly if you really want it. Because the Shulchan Aruch will come and help you. The Masechta will come and help you.
A certain profession has tons of chesed involved in it. Wouldn't that be? Or it has to be specific.
Again, if the person says, "I want to do this profession, so I can have a family and I can pay my bills and I can keep halacha," so then perhaps he would get it. But just for the sake of the profession itself, he doesn't get any siyata d'shmaya. He's not going to get the heavenly assistance because he wants that for that purpose itself. Right? A person wants a new car. Right? I want a new car. You're not going to get heavenly assistance for that.
Unless you say the self-driving car that has...
If you want, whatever the case is. But again, I'm just saying for the thing itself, you're not going to get it. But when it comes to a mitzvah, there's something very, very different. Can we appreciate that?
Absolutely.
I guess it's good. This is a finish to me that the tzaddik comes for every mitzvah that you do. I never heard that.
From the Arizal, he tells you can learn in Sefer Al Gilgulim. Sefer Al Gilgulim. He tells you where you can find it in Hakdama Aleph. It's right in the beginning of Sefer and Hakdama in the preface.
I imagine that if one had, kavanah even, meaning as it is, you're getting this free this free entity that's coming to help you without you even knowing.
It's not free. You're one. No, it's not free. You're pining.
To do a mitzvah.
No, so that pining is your entry.
I didn't know Rav Levi Yitzchak's coming along to help me out do the mitzvah.
Rav Levi Yitzchak ben Sarah
Yeah,
Sasha
Sarah
Schus
Sasha,
Yaga
she's saying
Leila.
Right, right. And again, we're not going great. I like, meaning, again, even you said, there's a lot of different tzaddikim. They all have special mitzvahs. They're all coming.
They're great. All the tzaddikim are great.
I guess the kavana is would be like, for example, when you're eating the matzah, are you thinking about the tzaddik?
I'm thinking that I'm fulfilling a mitzvah deraisa. This is amazing.
Yeah.
This is amazing. Yeah, to think you're sitting to eat the matzah. That's why we don't eat the matzah before from Rosh Chodesh or 30 days. People don't eat it because you want to anticipate to have the matzah. Right? It's something special. It's something very, very unique. Can we all appreciate this? We understand this? So you should never say, I really want this mitzvah, but I can't do it. Because if you really want the mitzvah, you will be able to do it. If you really want something, you will be able to do it. You'll get assistance in doing it. And I'm sure we can all think back in our lives, the different things that we tried to accomplish that were difficult, but we accomplished them. Now you can look back and see how I was able to accomplish it. Where did the assistance come from? How did it come about? And that's something so special. And we agree with this? Any questions on this? I want to go further, but I think this is such an important thing that we learned. I don't want to. It's something to leave us with to appreciate this. When you're cleaning the house for Pesach, when you're doing whatever you're doing, how am I going to feel? Feel so daunting, so. You'll get assistance. Just really want to accomplish it, and watch what'll happen. Watch what'll happen.
Just to keep it in perspective, because we are in Birkot Hareah. So again, how is this in the world connected to Omer or to Birkot Hareah?
Oh, because of, okay. So again, the whole idea of the reach is the neshama, right? The neshama is connected to above this world, right? When you smell something, we say that's something that the Gemara tells us it's something that the neshama enjoys, but not the guf. Right, and that's why we discuss why there's no bracha achrona when you smell something, right? Because again, it doesn't get get involved in the guf. It goes straight into the neshama on high, and on high is where we have the idea of that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is one. He's one. Numbers are only in this world. Hashem created numbers, but before one, there's no counting. But but even one is part of this world. But HaKadosh Baruch Hu is one on high without a number, without numbers, right? Numbers only come into play in this world. So therefore, when I make the bracha on the sphira, when I make the bracha, I connect again to my neshama, right? In the next world, which is before numbers, to this world, which is numbers, in order to use that power, in order to get me out of the impurity from that day, to raise me up to the next level, right? Okay, so, and how am I going to do all of that? Through my imagination. I need to use my koyach hamadam, because we said the whole idea of emunah is dependent on imagination, because you can't see Hashem. You can only know Hashem based on the attributes that Hashem gave us, that he gave us the license to call Him by, right? Like we have the Yud Gimel Midas HaRachamim, and we have the Eser Sfiros, right? And we have the ideas in Shmon Esrei, right? The different ideas of how we can define Hashem, how we can explain, how we can understand Hashem. So we have something of physicality that we can relate to. Right? Something of physicality that we can relate to. We can relate to an attribute, we can relate to a midah, something. We can relate to Hashem to help us to use that as a springboard to help our imagination to imagine the medama de kedusha, not the medama of the other side. Right? All this happens through birchas hareach, because again, when you smell something, it puts you in a different place. Right? Sometimes, right? Sometimes you smell something, it puts you in a different place based on what you smell. It's really amazing. It's mamish amazing. I mean, I remember one time I went with when my wife's family is from France, so we went many times to visit her family in France, and we went traveling around different. We went to some place that it was a building, and in this building they had different rooms, and each room had a different smell. Just a different smell. It was amazing. It was I was thinking about it. It was mamish amazing, and they put you on a blindfold, and you walk into a room, then you can imagine what's going on in the room, smelling, just using the kayach hareyach, right? You understand? You smell it. So one room you went in, it was a bakery. The other one, it was a hospital. The other room was a tannery. The other one, it was different things, and you just smelled different things, and one was a fish place. You know, it was amazing. He just put you in these different places, and that's what we can do when we smell something, right? When we smell something, it can help our kayach hamedama, and all of this is through the kayach hamedama, the tzaddik get to understand your emunah, understand Hashem, and that's why everyone understands Hashem in a different way. No two people understand Hashem in the same way because everyone has different imagination based on their life experiences. No two people have the same life experiences. And no two people imagine the same way. Right? But you need the tzaddik, and how are you going to get to the tzaddik? Wanting to get to the tzaddik, wanting to have emunah. Emunah is a mitzvah in the Torah. It's a mitzvah to be ma'amin in Hashem. Right? It's a mitzvah. So if I want to be ma'amin in Hashem, I want to believe in Hashem, the mitzvah of emunah will come and help me to get to the tzaddik. How am I going to get to the tzaddik? The tzaddik will come and help me. How am I going to get to any mitzvah? The mitzvah will come and help me. If you just believe it. Okay? You just have to believe it. That's it. If you believe it and try it, put it into practice, you'll see how successful you can actually be. Yeah, I remember this. I'll tell you one more story. This same story, the year of COVID. The year of COVID, right? So we tried to get to Uman that year, right? But it was a problem, guys, because the Ukraine was closed and everything was closed and they didn't let you in and all of that. So I worked out a plan with Reb Chaim, and I'll show you a picture of Reb Chaim a little after the class. I'll pull up the picture. I'll show you how Reb Chaim went to the Ukraine as a businessman. He went disguised as a businessman, and he was going there to do investments. So that you were allowed to go for. If you were a businessman, you were going to go make an investment in the country, you were able to go. So Reb Chaim put on a plaid shirt, a fancy plaid shirt. It was amazing. And I gave him a cap. He was wearing a cap. I'll show you the picture. He didn't care. I have to get to the tzaddik.
You disguised him.
He disguised himself, yeah. He agreed to do it. He never would have agreed, but it's got to get to the, doesn't matter.
Who was he trying to get to?
To get to Uman, Rosh Hashanah, Uman. It was closed. The country was closed.
Was this when he went into business, man?
Yeah. Okay, so anyway, that's our lesson for today. Mitzvah Hashem will do Chav tomorrow. Let's learn the halacha in Kitzur Shulchan Aruch, okay? Oh, it's after 8 already. Wow. Time goes fast when we're learning. Okay. We are in the halachos of melicha. When you slaughter meat, you have to soak in salt the meat, right? So that's what we're learning about now. That's Siman Lamed Vav 36, and today I believe we're up to Dalet.
Yeah.
Right, 4. All right, here we go. Im la'acha hashriya chatchu chaticha achas l'shtayim. So now you had a big piece of meat that you soaked. You had a big tub that you put the meat into, right? And you soaked it for the 30 minutes, right? And you took out the meat. And now you decided you want to cut the meat. You don't want to just salt it as one big piece of meat, whatever is too difficult, or whatever the case is. So you cut it. Now if you cut it, you you have to wash out very good that place where you cut the meat. Because now the blood was now reabsorbed into the meat via you washing it. Whatever was out was out. But now you started it all over again by cutting it, because the meat's raw, right? Because again you activated the blood all over again via cutting the meat. You understand?
Yeah.
The same way a person, I'll give you an example. The same way a person, the blood's flowing through your body, right? But if chas v'shalom a person gets a cut, now the blood comes out, right? If you cut the meat, there's blood still in the veins of the meat, in the meat itself. If you cut it before you salted it, the blood will start to come out again. Now you're gonna have to wash it all over again, and then you'll make sure you dry it, and then you can then do the salting process, okay? You understand?
Not exactly.
Not
Like,
understand.
so what if you take a piece of meat home and you want to cut
No.
it?
The meat that you take home was already, you buy meat, it's already salted, soaked and salted. That's a tray, but it's
So
all
it doesn't
done.
matter if I cut it.
No, you could do whatever you want. No, we're talking about here, if we went to a shaykhid, and the shaykhid slaughtered us a piece of, a lamb, or Mitzvah Hashem, we're going to have the carbon Pesach, right? We're going to have the carbon, Mitzvah Hashem. So if you do that, so if you have the carbon Pesach and you skinned it, right? And now you have the meat. So you get the meat prepared, right? The butcher, they prepare the meat. Now you have to soak it. So if you soak it before you salted it, if you cut it, you'll have to soak it again, that area, because you reactivated the meat again, and then you can salt it, and then you can use the meat afterwards, okay? So they were learning, we're getting ready for the Karban Pesach Mitzvah Hashem that we'll have this year. Bezrat Hashem. All right, everyone, so have a wonderful day, and I hope you all have easy Hachanas LePesach.
Okay.